I can't do my duck quack anymore.
Why?
I just tried it and my voice cracked.
So what's going on, guys? Welcome to this week's episode of Discount Gaming. I almost said
I
Discount
believe that.
D&D.
I think that's what we're called, right?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I almost said Discount D&D.
Ah. As
Sorry,
you
I'm
can
doing a
tell.
lot of editing.
A lot of editing.
Yeah. But I'm one of your hosts. I'm Business 01.
Holly.
Kaotic Bash.
Mr. Blue, no jammy.
It's been an exciting week. Very exciting.
How's the audio?
Well, I can't hear John. I don't think. Oh, now I froze. Let's see, say something, John.
Something.
Nah, you're pretty quiet.
Really?
So is
You know,
I don't know. Maybe we need to.
Is the mic on?
Yeah.
it's on, but we had tuned it to fit with the AC being on.
Oh, so it's cutting out more background noise.
I
Yeah.
don't know these.
So you guys will actually have to speak up a lot louder in
I
order
don't
for the mic
want
to
to
pick
yell.
up.
And we all sound kind of distorted.
Really?
We sound far away from the mic.
Did we ever listen to the footage from the last recording then?
Well, I went back and listened to it.
Okay.
Besides that, I can go back and I can boost all the audio from it.
Well, anyways, as you can tell,
Not for
keeping it
this.
professional as always.
Are we loud enough now?
We're gonna start yelling at you.
Hey, you guys.
Nice.
What?
The audio peaked.
No, I was watching Bash on the fucking feed.
Oh.
What'd I do?
When you were like, hey, you guys, it was funny because when that happened, you weren't saying anything, so it looked like one of the old Japanese movies where they're just doing this. Like only half the words are coming out.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't say it.
Well, neither did whoever did the voice in the old Japanese movies.
Yeah.
Did you know that they were mostly done in Australia? A lot of the voiceovers.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So, like, when you watch a lot of those older, like, Japanese movies, like, the dub voices, they all kind of, like, have that Mike accent. There's some, like, Japanese dudes still talking, and then, like, the voices already stopped, but it ended with crikey, so it kind of throws you off.
I'll have to go back and watch some of those now.
Cracking that.
I think I learned that from Kill Bill. Because there's this one deleted scene in Kill Bill 2, I believe, where they show the bride and Bill, and he runs into like an enemy. But they do the whole thing in that fashion. Like their lips keep moving, the voice is already stopped. And when they do talk, they have the Australian accents. And
Nice.
Tarantino did that on purpose.
Nice. So how's the audio?
I mean, it's better.
Look.
If we all speak up, it's better.
So how's the audio?
I can hear you just fine, dude.
Yeah, but that's already when I start lying.
Yeah, we just... I can hear you just fine.
And then, I don't know about John, though, so much. I thought you had a mic over there of your own.
No, I need to get a hub to actually plug in another mic. So,
That way it doesn't echo us back and forth.
yeah.
Because if he plugs in another mic over there, then it's when we talk, it's gonna double play it back
Well, I
and
think,
forth.
well, I mean, that would be another thing about editing, too, no? Because we would have to edit the audio, or couldn't you keep them separate somehow?
Yeah. I have another mic that does the sound cut. So I just need the extra USB to get the extra mic. So,
We'll just build you
All
a
his
little
u-
room.
All his USB slots are full.
yeah, because I have 4 on here. You're 1, 2, 3. There's the 4th
Look
one.
at my arm. It looks really.
But no, I guess I only have 3. Yeah, because the other one's
It's
HDMI.
because it's stretched.
It's okay.
Oh, what is
And
wrong
then
with your arm?
yours look really big. No, if you look at my arm, like in the video, it looks big. And then if you look at Sebastian's, his look really tiny.
Because he's far away.
Always.
So yeah, so how was everybody? What did everybody do today? Laundry.
and editing.
Oh yeah, and how much did you get of that?
I finished editing episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So how many like time-wise, what did you do? Like how? Because it was what? The first one was like an hour and a half, right?
The first one, after cutting just filler out of it, was...
Well, if you don't know what you're talking about, what we're talking about, you want to fill them in, John?
Alright, so, for those of y'all that don't know what we're talking about, tomorrow is going to be the release of our first episode of Discount D&D. We have started running a D&D campaign. Everything is pre-recorded, and once it goes live, then we are going to be doing a live viewing. That way, we can see y'all's comments and chat and everything like that, and then we can respond. But we're going to be releasing a new episode. Tomorrow's going to be our first, and then it's going to be every,
Well, we're going to release an episode tomorrow then?
Yeah, one drops tomorrow for the
so
live.
we're going to be doing that Fridays for sure?
Friday for
Friday
sure,
morning?
and then we said Monday.
Yeah, every Monday and Friday.
Okay, cool.
So,
That's why.
Are we going to keep recording Tuesday, Thursday this show?
That's the plan,
Well-
except for the weeks that you don't have the kids, so we can do a bulk recording of the D&D show.
yeah.
So the weeks that you don't have the kids, like when you don't have Serenity and Jace,
Yeah.
we'll both record on Tuesday or whatever day you have off.
Yeah.
And then because those weeks we'll only be doing this show one day a week.
And I figured we could have, that'll work. And
Yeah.
that's why,
That'll
that'll work. Then we're releasing, what, four episodes a week-ish?
3 to 4, yeah. Because
count this one, yeah.
this one,
Well, because
This
we
one-
didn't do anything this Tuesday.
yeah, so this one, there's the one live show for a discount, and then there's our first episode for D&D.
Alright.
And then next week, it'll be the 2 live shows and the 2 D&D shows.
Yeah.
The week after that, it'll be 1 live show and 2 D&D shows, and it'll jump back and forth like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason for the bulk recording, like I want to keep doing, is with everything coming up, Brandon's going back to school,
Yeah.
so his schedule's going to get real tight. So
Yeah, I like that. I like us being on a schedule.
let's get way ahead
Right.
Yeah.
for that reason, and then we have baby coming. We're gonna have to get ahead for that, and then we're going out of town a few weeks after the baby's born.
Yeah, and that way, like when somebody's busy or something, I still have stuff to edit and release.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's also more convenient for everyone, and we're not getting burned out by doing 2 rap sessions of D&D every
I don't
week.
think we do. Well,
It's really hard to write that much
oh yeah, I was
material.
all like, yeah, but I'm not the one writing the story. So.
It's really hard to write that much material.
Yeah, no, I was.
And
I'm
then
surprised.
if you do run a session like that where you're doing 2 a week, what it ends up doing is it ends up becoming more combat oriented, because the DM's like, okay, I don't know what else to put here. Combat.
Yeah. Well, don't forget that if you start getting burned out, you and I can always switch.
Yeah.
So,
Well, then if he gets tired of writing, he just hands the spiral to me and he goes, start a new page and write a story.
And then I'll take bits and pieces. But for me to run out of inspiration on a story is really difficult, considering I'll go and watch like 5 or 6 different YouTubers that are doing D&D. I'll take bits and pieces from everything.
yeah. Well, that
And I'll
plus
fit it.
all the movies that we watch, all the animes
Yeah.
that we watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's...
hey,
Well,
you
night-
got some inspiration.
I
Well,
do.
last night he watched an episode, I think it wasn't here, he was watching, I'm not going
It
to
was
say
Team 4-Star.
He was watching their D&D session and he was just taking bits
Yeah,
and pieces
I
out of
know,
that.
because it was fucking with me, because I'm over here trying to edit, and I'm listening to their stuff while I'm trying to listen to our stuff. And it's like they would do something, and I would just start laughing out of nowhere, and then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I've got to focus. I need
And-
to focus.
I was checking like through all their episodes, finding out. I was trying to figure out how much combat they put into it versus how much combat they don't put into it. And it seems every 3 episodes to 4 episodes, there's a big fight. So I'm thinking we either do the same, or I try to do it every 2. Try to initiate some type of combat, but
I don't know. I mean,
So-
I like having combat.
I like building up to combat. Like,
Yeah.
I like running and then like running the story, and then actually working, like gathering all the information, then working your way up to.
And see, that's the type of DM I am. I like to do the puzzles and the riddles and the solving everything, and I like all of that stuff leading into some big, brawl.
Yeah.
I don't like just you guys walk into a village and are ambushed or get ready to fight, roll initiative.
Because it's not only
What happened? Why are we getting attacked?
Yeah, like not only does it keep us on our toes, but it also keeps the people, when we release the videos, like they have to sit here and listen to the story and understand what we have to go through to get to that fight and understand what we gathered.
And so that's what I've been doing is like, that's why I've been watching a lot more D&D episodes of like, I went back, I'm starting Team 4 Stars episode or series over again. I'm watching, I finished Doodles.
I love her channel so much.
Dingo Doodles.
Yeah.
I finished hers. I started watching a little bit of Fandom's D&D stories. The one with Joe.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to stuff they put in, and then I read some modules. I read some stories here and there that have been written by other players, and I start taking pieces. I've got plenty of source material, and with the modules, I can pretty much drop anything I want into it, and it fits. So the modules just give you a giant outline with the end goal, where the start goal is, and where the end goal is. It's my job to fill in between. And I'm not a combat-oriented DM. I don't mind you guys getting into combat, but the more chances you guys are in combat, the more chances are that I have to scrap everything and start over.
Yeah, but this story was, that story was getting me pretty intrigued by, spoiler alert, but I'm really looking forward to the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I've been thinking about. I was like, man,
don't worry. I am very much ready for Saturday in that adventure.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I don't know.
I was already excited about it, and then John and I
So hopefully we're trying to, when do you want to do this thing with the characters? Because we want to do that before we release the first episode, yeah? Or with it, at least?
The first episode, we don't need anything. But the second one, I do want to do like a short character recap for everybody.
Yep. And then I need to sit down tomorrow, and I need to watch the second episode.
So we can do the recap.
And then I gotta do the recap, record the recap for the third episode, or for the beginning, to put at the beginning of the third episode. Then I've got to watch the third episode.
Yep.
I've got to watch every episode that we do.
I still gotta do like the intro and outro and stuff.
No, I've already done all that.
Oh yeah? Alright, cool. How long does that take?
Building the intro took me about 9 hours. Building the outro took me about 10 hours. But the good thing about those is since they're done, like they're saved individually, so it's like insert, and then at that point it's just focus on
putting in the rest of the.
Well, no, because at that point then I need to go through. And in my editing software, I actually need to watch everything, and whenever I see filler, I'll be like, okay, I can cut that out, transition this. Like that's the next part.
Right.
So.
That's cool. And so he's got that. I've been working on. I worked most of the day today. Well, after you went to work, most of the day today, I've been on my phone typing up things, and then I gotta go back and add it all to the notebook. Because I'll be sitting there just watching something, and I'll have an idea pop. So I have notes all in my phone that I need to go and start writing out.
I like that Mitch Hedberg joke. He's all like, sometimes I'll be in my hotel room and I'll get an idea for a really funny joke. I'll look for a pencil around me. If I can't find one, I have to convince myself that it wasn't that funny. So not get up.
Yeah, I have
Make
this
sure you
lovely
keep a
thing.
pen on you. Yeah.
Well,
Oh look, what's that? You wanted a pen? I have a pen at all times. And it brings up my notepad the second I open it too.
Yeah.
well, we got a first shipment of babyshitting
Yeah, we did get our first.
from his grandparents.
We got 5 giant, not giant, but they were pretty decent sized boxes.
I don't think they were giant.
No, they weren't.
But they were packed.
But yeah.
One of them had to be like taped like 5 times over just to stay shut. So, but yeah, we went through the baby clothes. Introduction to our personal lives. Blue's room is literally right next to ours. We have a door that can walk into his room.
Yeah.
Do you use the staircase area?
Okay,
Do
right
you know how you open that door and then there's the staircase?
No.
Okay. Would you mind if I put all my storage totes on the other side of the door?
I thought that door was blocked off.
It's blocked off on my side, but
Yeah.
I need to put them on the outside.
Oh, on my side?
Yeah.
I didn't move some stuff, but yeah.
Okay.
Because that's my storage area.
It's fine.
told you.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna get a shower rod so I can hang up clothes there.
Yeah, that's why I actually put up a sheet.
But I didn't know if you'd be okay with that. I just don't know where else to put the storage totes besides out in the laundry room.
Are they like Rubbermaid ones? Like
Yeah,
the
it's
lids and
the
stuff?
plastic lids
Well,
and
like,
everything.
there's a bag, but...
The
Yeah.
bugs and the...
And we did the
Rats.
crawl space.
We have a crawl space.
Yeah. Above the closet by the restroom.
I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What?
The crawl space.
But yeah, we could put those in the crawl space too. Go through, get everything out we need, condense them down, and then just put them up in the crawl space.
Just make sure you actually label stuff so if you ever have to get stuff down, you know what it is.
Yeah. Because we need to move those totes, and our original plan was to put them in the kids' closet, but she kind of just piled it up to the sky again, so never mind.
I don't know what she put in there because when we cleaned her room,
You guys had everything pulled out. It was empty.
Yeah, her fucking closet was empty. There was nothing in there. And now it's all... And I'm like,
And there's still stuff all over the room.
Yeah.
under her little table and I'm like, where does it all come from? How? Like, it's just like we cleaned it. It was nice. It looked good. Spotless. The next day, magic. And the closet's full again, and under her little table's full again. And I'm like, do you go shopping while we're asleep? Like, what do you do? How do you get this much shit in your closet? Like, how? Because you can ask him. When we cleaned her room while you were at work, I shit you not, there was like 12 big black trash bags full of shit that she threw away that was nice and just
Honestly, it's probably dirty laundry.
probably. I gave her laundry detergent.
Yeah, to be
No, you gave her fabric softener.
Still laundry detergent.
No, it is not. I had to have this discussion with her. Fabric softener is not laundry detergent.
I use it as laundry detergent.
I don't pay attention.
One, it's cheaper. Two, the smell lasts a lot longer than regular laundry detergent.
That's all it is smell.
Don't look at me. She grabbed it. I told her, yeah, sure, whatever. I didn't pay attention to it. Now we actually have laundry detergent because I picked this one. Because the other stuff we were using, I guess now we know was fabric softener. It was.
That's why that wasn't getting any stains out.
It always made me itchy. And because another personal thing is I'm allergic to pretty much every laundry detergent there is. Unless it's Purex and it can't have any dyes.
See, that's why I like my laundry detergent. And with as bad as I sweat, I never have a problem. That's why I use Dawn.
Dawn dish soap.
This episode brought to you by Dawn.
Right? For the sweaty man.
It was funny because right before we started, I walked in front of the camera with my Polar Pop. I was like, this episode brought to you by Circle K. Go get your Polar Pop today.
See John fucking giving a duck a bath.
Sponsor us!
Give myself a bath.
If this can get that duck clean.
Yeah. If it's good enough for me.
Holy shit, I didn't know you were Cuban.
I'm so glad we find ourselves so entertaining.
We really do. We really do.
They say if you can reach one person, leave it at that person's you.
And for some reason, it says we have 4 viewers, and it goes down to 3. Then we have 4, then it goes down to 3.
That's me.
Right.
Oh, it's you?
Because I was 4 and
Yeah,
I
because
dropped
he's
out.
watching from the,
And then us too.
and then us, yeah,
I took mine off.
and then him. So yeah, that's why it goes from 3 to 4, 3 to 4.
I check in every once in a while. But like, I know what's going on in the show.
Well, now we have 4 again. But you're not on.
Some sort of sap fucking stumbled on.
I'm gonna say hi. Don't be rude.
Right.
Hello, random viewer.
We don't have enough viewers for you to disguise yourself.
Put a hi in the chat.
You're here basically for the what Bash is allergic to show. How about strawberries? You allergic to strawberries?
Oh, hell no. I love those things. And if I was, I'd still eat them.
It's Odie.
Hi, Odie.
Hey.
What up, buddy?
That's the
Odie,
random
you should
viewer.
come out on Saturday when we do the next episode so you can sit here and get the, you
It
know,
was all like, man, that thing was getting intense. I was like, right?
and it's getting more intense.
Yeah.
Saturday's
Well,
gonna
if
be-
somebody doesn't go kaboom.
No, wait till you see what we have planned.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Hey, I
I already had,
cheating. You
I
know,
already had a real, no, I had to talk to him about my plan. That's how
it's still
he
called
knows.
cheating.
I needed him because it affects him.
yeah, no, it's
DMs will do that. We will pull individuals aside in the game and be like, look, the next time we do this, this is what's happening and this is why it's happening.
There's a chance you may get your ass blasted. Yeah.
That's not hey, right?
All that
fun,
popped in
right?
my
Not
head when
always-
she said that was that post I shared with the whipped cream all over the dude's
Yeah,
face.
well, no, because
What kind of
Context.
porn are you watching?
None.
Concord.
I really wish you had a Facebook, at least a messenger, so you could be in this group.
I'm cool. People know where to find me.
Yeah, but we all have a crap shoot. a
Group chat.
Everybody get a line app. Everybody
There
get
you
a
go.
line too. I'm
That's
online
what I
all
share.
day.
I don't know, the camera won't be able to see
No.
that from here.
No.
Well, I mean, you can put it up on yours and show it to the camera, because you're right there.
He's like, I could.
But I'm not.
That's true.
But,
So what else has been going on, I guess?
right? No, but since I've got experience DMing, like there's a couple times I'll be like, so what if I did this and this, and I'll either be, yeah, that's a really good idea, or you should probably do this, or that's just fucked up. And it was one of those things where it's like, well, I'm thinking about doing this, and I was like, it's just fucked up. We should do this.
It's more fucked up, but funny.
Which is way more fucked up.
And
That's
it
right.
blended well, probably what's going to end up happening down there in the cave anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so... No, I can't because it's
Yeah.
spoilers,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no.
I really wish that if you find the clip of me saying fuck in the D&D game, it sounds like a duck quack. And if you can find it, put it in here.
Oh man, we need like a soundboard with just that.
Right.
No, it literally, there's a, I forgot her name on YouTube that we watched. She does
Doodle, it's Dingo Doodles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Noodles.
when she said, like, when she puts cuss words in her videos, she literally does a duck quack, yeah. And like in the game, I was getting, when we were playing and when Brandon was fucking up,
Yeah.
I would just sit here and I go fuck, but it sounded like the duck quack, and I kept doing it, and every time I did it, I made myself giggle, and John would just look at me like, "Why are you giggling? What's so funny?" And then I didn't want to say, "I'm making a duck quack," but I'm just saying fuck. That's it.
Yeah, guys, if y'all do enjoy D&D, go check out her channel, Dingo Doodles. I've been watching her channel for literally years, and it's one of the best channels out there, especially as far as D&D is concerned.
And you're introduced to Sips. Sips
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Sips the monkey who has wild magic and a curse.
I don't know, the fucked up D&D one that we've been watching. That one.
Which one?
Where he tells the stories of...
Oh, yeah.
Crick Crab?
Or is it Crap Guide to D&D?
Crap guy to D&D.
Crap.
Yeah,
D&D
I was
story.
watching a couple of those.
Oh, and that brings
Yeah.
me to
I kind of don't
another...
like being a ranger now.
That
but-
brings me...
I was all
That brings...
fucking Bash could have told me something.
Hey, at least you're not a human fighter.
I didn't watch all of them.
Oh,
I just
you
watched
should.
mine.
You should.
No, because that, to me, Rangers are my favorite class. So I will always recommend a Ranger. Rangers are always my favorite class. I get the best of both worlds. I can hit you from a distance or I can smack you in the face.
Contracts.
Right? Thank you.
No context needed.
You should clarify at least.
I didn't hit you. I didn't say what I was going to hit you with.
That's why. Yeah, that's just making it worse.
Imagination.
Just hope he doesn't roll a fucking critical.
In the eye. You know what they say? Once you go deaf.
From Scary Movie.
You can't say the other part, but yeah.
I
No, he just says black.
Yeah.
He's black. I'm Mexican. Y'all are light skinned.
Light skinned?
Wow.
That's like saying.
That's more racist
like,
than saying black.
How's
You
that?
white
That's
skin.
like when.
Well, but because she's half Mexican or right part
Yeah.
Mexican, but she's white. I mean, she's light skinned. Light skin.
I
You're
thought
a
he
fucking
said
ginger.
No, I thought he said white skin.
No, I said
No,
light
he
skin.
said
If I'm out in
Okay,
the
I was like, wow, that's more racist.
if I'm out in the sun long enough, I get darker than you.
Just true.
I
get what?
kind of want to see that.
I get a lot darker than you do.
Yep.
See, you should, so I don't have to fucking color it at the camera when we fucking record.
Well, that's only if I'm sitting next to Bash.
I was like, that doesn't help. I'm so white.
I know that would just make it worse.
If I go in the sun, I just turn as red as your shorts.
That's true.
And then you got him crying in the bedroom for a week straight.
That's true.
Very true. Trying to, punching at the shower saying you're not getting cold enough as I'm getting it.
We get no cold water in that fucking shower.
Oh, just wait.
It
See,
doesn't
no,
get.
during the winter it does.
Yeah.
Not in February.
Today when I was getting ready for work, I saw Google. I'm like, tell me about my day, and it's 107 degrees outside. I was like, what the fuck? I'm calling in. Yeah, I'm calling in. No, it's over 100. You know my rule.
The power went out. I can't come in. Why not?
Did their power not go out?
No, it didn't go out there. But we have a separate transformer for that. Like our mall can go out, but the transformer for us is like we have one for us.
Oh, you guys have a direct transformer. Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's
so
nice.
when that one goes out, it fucks us because it's like, there's only one person that's really affected by it, so it's gonna take us 12 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Because whatever it was, it affected all the way down.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't too bad. It was 20 minutes. But when that happened, I had text Desiree, and she told me that her sister's power was out, and that's way over there by like a zoo and shit.
Yeah, like Tori's power, they were out. Like it pretty much wiped everybody in El Paso.
That's good.
Yeah, it was over
all the way
30.
past Socorro and everything.
It was over 30,000 people.
That sucks. I'm all like in
Or 30,000
like, with
areas.
107 degrees outside, man. That's not a fucking good time.
Yeah.
Now those 20 minutes felt like forever.
I mean, we just picked up all the trash, and
I just switched to mobile data.
Yeah, right.
It's like we just picked up all the trash. I mean, that killed off the whole time.
See, I was good because if it had lasted longer, I have books to read.
Right.
I have a board I can draw on.
I had a story I was gonna write, so no matter what, I could
I had a
have.
rock.
I would have just gone out to the car, popped my phone on there, and left the battery on because the battery's got 12 hours of life. I would have just turned the battery on and left the phone on
could
there.
have just turned on the generator.
I was like,
How
okay,
pissed off would you have been though?
hold on a second, because one day we were out of power for like 9 hours. What are you talking about?
I wasn't that long. And it also didn't happen like in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
That's your wake hours though.
it happened in the middle of the night, and it was in the winter. Yeah, I remember that.
I was
We had
probably
this
passing
tiny little heater.
It worked.
It worked when the power's on. When it's off, I mean, again, cold does not bother me. Her, on the other hand, in a ball, all the blankets, the pillow, and her feet all up against me.
No, see, I've noticed cold doesn't bother you. Fucking cold bothers you.
Yeah, fucking cold bothers me. Anything below 32, nah, that's just cold.
Fuck that. I'll be like, anything under 65, I'm like,
He would hate to go in our room at night then.
No, yeah, I've been over there. I know how cold that room can get.
No, see,
I bet
And that
the
room will
AC
keep
goes
it
through
too.
that vent right there into your room.
Nah, that's a furnace.
Oh. Well, I
yeah,
bet.
see, for me, like
They had to disconnect it because it was one of the most dangerous furnaces.
Yeah.
They recalled all of them or
yeah,
something.
and we didn't know about this till like a couple of months ago.
No, I had known. They had disconnected it before though, but apparently
Yeah.
they didn't disconnect it properly. That's why it got disconnected twice.
Wait, so
the
you're telling
gas
me
company was the first one to do it, so
technically that furnace is supposed to provide heat to that area of the house?
Yeah. Odie said his power didn't go out either.
Well, yeah, but
Brandon
Odie's
did.
in fucking Sparks.
Brandon said his did.
Yeah.
But
Right.
all of Horizon City
Yeah. All of Horizon? Oh,
All
yeah,
of
Sparks is
Horizon
over there
City.
by Horizon.
Yeah.
had gone out. That's what the news
Like, are you
report
saying
said.
Verizon or Verizon?
Horizon. Horizon. You know, like my ex-wife. Whore.
Like waking up in the morning.
I like how I just I use her as every reference for whore hoe, you know.
And apparently everybody else just uses it.
Well, when he had like when he says things like that, I actually want to say which one.
I was technically legally only married one other time.
Oh, wow, okay. Now we're getting real personal.
And how does that make you feel?
Fuck her. No, wait, don't do that. You might catch something.
Was it clerks? Try not to suck any dick through the parking lot. Like these all. Hey, get back here.
Again, when you are known on Lackland Air Force Base as the one to go to for a quick time,
She's still
In her
known for-
defense, it was probably more than one girl.
no, because
I'm
they
not
were
like Air
she,
Force?
no,
Come
when she's still known as the base hoe today from 10 years ago.
and they still reference her by her name.
You want a good time? Call this number.
Oh no, because someone else's ex-wife is now taking up that
Yeah, I was gonna
mantle.
say it's better than being the fucking neighborhood puppet. And it's exactly what you think it is.
Huh. We have much to discuss.
I mean, just one of our brothers has an ex-wife who is slowly filling in the role of whore of Lackland Air Force Base. Just
Slowly?
saying. Slowly. She gets compared to my ex-wife all the time now. Like, no joke. You'll like our friend, my friend Solo and my friend Brian both work on Lackland, and they were hearing rumors about a girl named Nicole. And one time, Solo and I were just talking, asking how's work. He's like, I really want to meet
Yeah,
this
stop
Nicole.
using her real name, man.
He was like, I really want to meet this girl Nicole. You know, she seems like a good time. I was like,
Shit, I
I was
just
like,
has a lame name, though.
did you hear about her at work? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was my ex-wife. He goes, oh, never mind. I don't want to meet that.
Sorry.
He's like, and then he turns around and he's like, yeah, but Ariel's starting to get that same reputation. I was like, oh my god.
I'm
She's
just gonna
starting to
sip on my tea.
Right? I'm all, Ariel and Nicole, huh?
In San Antonio with the base.
I legitimately have tea.
Yeah, real tough guy with the strong.
Yeah, right. So how are you liking D&D?
Oh, it was cool, man. I'm telling you, that night after we finished up playing and stuff, me and Brian were just talking about it. Like, he was all like, man, we gotta wake up early. We'll wake them up early tomorrow. We'll go to this cave. And I was like, nobody doesn't wake up early tomorrow. Nobody did.
It was funny because when we did the last session, when Brandon was going through and talking to Sebastian and everything, like Blue was sitting right here and like he goes, like just asking me questions and he goes, do you think we should do this? Do you think we should do that? Like he was just all into it, and I was trying to comprehend what he was saying while listening to Brandon, while also listening to what he was saying and what you were putting out, and I was like,
It's just like what I'm trying to, I guess, figure out right now. For me, like, I'm just like, what's important and what's not. Like, because I feel like I'm asking questions sometimes that aren't important at all. And I'm like, oh, that's not important.
Oh, no.
Like,
If
judging from like your reaction, I'm just like,
But as a first-time player, if you have questions, always
Ask
ask.
away.
yeah. And then like you're like, what's the wall made of? And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm supposed to know that. Like, all right, what the fuck's the wall made out of? And go get my.
Stone?
Hold on.
But no, like, believe it or not, that's what makes a good player.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't want to
When
be like, like, I guess to the point where I was asking too many questions, or it was like, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Like,
No, but that's why like when Brand is like, okay, I'm gonna try to like influence him with my music, and that's why I spoke of it. It's like you can, but he's a magical creature. It's not gonna have any effect on him.
right.
So like when something like that comes up, that's why normally I speak out and be like,
Yeah,
you
see,
can't.
and that's
but
why
it's
I wanted
because
to
of-
talk to you about like a couple of things I want for my backstory because I think the way that I'm thinking about it I can do, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like, cause I want to like add like a little bit of depth to him, but I don't want to let him know like what I'm trying to add until like, or I want to see like when he realizes it and what like consequences come from it when he does.
Well, see that's no, that's good because you want your backstory done in such a way to where it fleshes your character out,
Right.
while at the same time giving your DM something that he can, if he wants to, eventually put into his or tie it in somehow.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I don't know if the way that I'm planning on doing it is cool, like it's gonna keep him on his toes, or if like I'm not allowed to do that, and like because it's gonna fuck up something.
Well, you figure
Like it's not anything crazy, it's just like. But I'm wondering like how far can I push this? I guess is what I'm.
Yeah.
Like when he first introduced me to D&D, but almost 3 years ago. The first time I played, we played for like 18 hours straight, only because I was sitting there and I asked questions every 5 fucking minutes. I swear to God, I thought he was gonna knock my head off because of how often I was asking
that
questions.
was another thing that I was like, it sucks, is because like when you play Magic, it's like, hey, like you want to run a game real quick because I'm testing out this deck and like I don't know what like you can practice in between, like getting serious, like going against another serious player. Like let me run a couple and see how my deck runs against you, and then like we'll see what's up. But like with this, it's kind of like, well, now I have to wait for all of us to play, and then I can see what I can do. Like there's no like, is there anything I can do to make my guys stronger? Like while we're not doing shit, but no, right?
A really good point of advice, and I tell a lot of new players this, is one of the days like grab the player's handbook and just start going through it.
Yeah, I think that's what I was watching mostly on YouTube today. I was just going
because
like, in all honesty, dude, is you can either pick up the handbook and start going through it, and especially for first time players, I will always recommend Team 4-Star at the Table, their D&D session, because all 3 players there are brand new going against, and the DM Zito, he actually writes stuff for Wizards of the Coast and makes games for D&D for them.
Yeah.
So he's a very veteran DM, and he explains everything.
I wanted to ask you that too. How long was it like that you were playing D&D till the first time you were like, you know what, like I'm gonna fucking create a campaign? How long did it take you to?
I started playing D&D when I was 7. My stepdad was a huge fan of it, and he ran a campaign with me, my brother, and 2 of our friends, and then my mom. So my mom and my dad played D&D all the time. And so I got into it when I was 7. I got all my books that same year for my birthday, and then I started running campaigns for my friends.
Really?
So like my stepdad had a campaign, we did it every Saturday. I did mine every Friday night. So all my friends would stay over, we'd all play ours, and then the next day my stepdad would play, he would run his. So I started DMing pretty much straight after I got into D&D. I think 2 weeks after I started as a player.
Because when we were playing and stuff, I was like, man, like he's really good at this. Like I was like, you kept me like engaged, and I wanted to ask stuff, and I was all excited by stupid shit that was happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I guess I never understood. Like I'd always seen it like, well, like you see it in like movies and like cultural references and stuff. But I'm like, how do people get into this? Like it's some dude reading. But like when I was seeing it, I was all like, "Oh man!"
Now you're the person in
shit, Brand, fucking man, God, you need to stop being stupid.
And a lot of that has to do with also the person's ability to write.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
When I was
to become a storyteller like that, that's what I was wondering. Like, how long did that take you? But really pretty quick.
My first few sessions were rough, but I was 7, going on 9 years old. But as I got older, I got better. I would sit in school, instead of doing my work, I'd sit there and write short stories, fantasy short stories.
And are there like?
And I read a lot of R.A. Salvatore, and he writes the Drizzt series. And he's a Drow Ranger who was exiled from his homeland and had to survive in the D&D world.
And do you only have one character, or do you have multiple? Like you've made more than one character, right?
Yeah. Total, I've only played like 3 characters.
Really? And how long have you been playing?
I've been playing for about 14 years.
Yeah, about the same amount of time.
And you? How many characters?
I have
Because I mean, are you mostly DM then, or?
if I play, I have 4 different characters I'll choose from. 2 of them are rangers, one's a monk, and one is actually a warlock.
Which is funny because he hates magic.
I hate magic with a passion. But warlocks are that, in my opinion, warlocks are that fair balance between magic and beat the hell out of everything. Because if you go warlock and you choose the invocation branch, that's straight magic. If you choose hexblade, though, all your magic is powering you. Like, all your magic is self-buff or team buff.
Yeah,
that's all I'm good.
That stuff I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
So, like, for hexblade, like, you cast spells in combat that, like, say you're dealing 1d8 worth of damage, so you roll your d8. Hexblades can actually make you do 2d8 plus, like, 10 with it, because they basically they're the morale boost of the team.
Yeah, and if you get like higher level ones, you've got some that can go as far, or if you get a really good player, you can get some that'll be like, okay, well normally you roll like a 1d8. Well, after casting this, and this, now you're enchanted, your weapon's enchanted, and there's an overall morale boost. So now everybody's rolling like 2d20. Like, it all comes down to the player.
And then the hexblade also isn't one who just stays back and cheers his party on. He's one that jumps in there and he can boost everything on himself. So a hexblade, when you choose that as your path at level 3, you can wield one weapon. That's it. Once you have that weapon, you've made that your hexblade, that's it. You don't get any other boosts, you get nothing else weapon-wise. So all of their spells become weapon spells. It boosts your weapon, it levels up your weapon, it changes your weapon, but that one single weapon is all you get. And it can turn, like, the warlock I ran with our friend Cameron, my dagger was my hexblade. But that dagger, if it hit you, it did 40-20 plus 50 damage.
Mm-hmm.
I could one-shot most things just by casting a spell on my dagger. Warlocks can be super powerful, but they are very, very squishy.
And then, like, well, I guess because we haven't gotten into any of the combat so far, like, I know, like, you said that you don't really include a lot of it, but I was just, like, I was kind of hoping to see what that's all about, because I haven't done it yet.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, so I figured we were going to run into it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true, like you guys really haven't run into any kind of accounting.
Yeah, so far right now, like, but I mean, like, I do, like, I like all the questions and stuff, like, I like puzzles, I like riddles and shit,
Yeah.
you know, I like mysteries.
And it
So,
builds,
like, that's all cool for me.
and that's
but
the thing, it builds the up to a fight.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys have been doing, is building up to a fight.
So that's cool.
See, I don't like doing that where it's every session is a combat.
Yeah.
Because if you play D&D 4th edition, that's all D&D 4th edition is. It's, you walk...
And then it just becomes more about, like, what you roll and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's how combat works?
Yeah, it's basically your rolls.
Well, see, like for me, I don't mind doing or getting into combat, but for me, it's player creativity.
Right.
Like, if you have that player, oh, I swing my sword, oh, I shoot an arrow at him. Like, anybody can do that. But, like, in the games that I run, like, the more creative people are during combat, the more XP I'll give them. Like, I've run some campaigns where, like, the whole, like, 4-party team will go in, and, like, you've got somebody, like, sliding under the enemy's legs, you've got somebody, like, hitting them from the back, or throwing something at the enemy, and it's like all these people are working in conjunction with each other to take this big enemy down, but they're all doing it in a creative way to just make it interesting.
Your creative word was bringing me back to when we played Ice, and I wanted to stick the rose down the gun barrel and shoot it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really thought about that too. I was like, this is very creative because if this hits, it can't stand being smacked by a rose. I can only imagine what'll happen if it gets into its body.
Yeah, but that would have screwed you so bad. So the game he's talking about is the game that I created.
Yeah.
I came up with my own systems, my own everything. And they were in a puzzle where, like, at the time, if you looked outside, all you saw were roses. But upon further investigation, all the roses are made out of glass. And he found out that for one of the enemies that they were fighting, one of the bosses, the rose was its weakness. And he was like, well, fuck it, I'll just put it down the gun barrel and I'll just fire it. And it's like, think about that for a second. It's a glass rose. You do that, it's gonna explode before it ever gets there.
Yeah, I thought about it because I was like, I sat here for a minute because I shot it. I shot the boss and it did decent damage. Keep in mind, I'm the only one in the party left fighting this big thing.
It was him and Ray?
Me, Ray,
and Harold.
Oh.
One of Ruby's sons.
Yeah.
But Harold hit him and effectively got picked up and slammed into the floor, which was a mirror. And that basically shifted him to a different area of the map.
Oh, that's good.
And, well, because it was like a portal kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Ray was like, okay, well, I'll take my chain and I'll wrap it around his legs and pull. And it threw the enemy off balance. So the enemy grabbed her and fucking chunked her ass against a wall where she hit and then fell through and wound up where Harold did.
So
Now it's just him.
And I'm just like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull out the rose. And John looks at me and he goes, the enemy backs up. And I was like, I'm gonna charge it with the rose.
Yeah.
I smacked the shit out of it.
Yeah.
But
it took them like 2.5 hours to figure out, after seeing all these roses all over the place, to finally go outside and look at them.
To be fair, and I said this too, my whole concentration on this was to keep the other two alive because they were doing the stupidest things I could think of.
Yeah.
One locked herself in a treasure chest because of a growling noise. The other one kept thinking punching the walls was the most brilliant idea.
No, putting herself in a chest happened before the growling noise.
Oh, that's right.
She was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go back upstairs by myself. I'm gonna sit in the chest where we found the key, and I'm gonna close the lid. Okay.
Oh, what?
So when she did that, it activated something else, which shifted the walls, and the door to where she was disappeared. And then they finally got that figured out. She just appeared in another room on a torture device. So they got her out of that. So now they're doing all this. And they walk into a room, they turn a key, the door for that room closes, and the wall starts moving forward. And Harold was like, you know what? I'm gonna punch it. So he walks up and he punches the moving wall, nothing happens, the wall stops.
Punches it again.
Yeah. So it starts moving slowly again, so he walks back to where the other two are, and the wall's like, smack! And basically, forces them through the wall into another portal, which sends them somewhere else.
And then we come into this contact with a giant angel statue.
Yeah.
And Ray thinks, I'm just gonna boop it.
Yeah. So she takes her chain and she hits the statue. Now we're talking like an 18-foot ivory white angel statue with a golden spear, and it's just standing there.
Like the sun god Leo?
Something
Leo?
like that. Yeah. So she hits it. And the time it takes her to pull her chain back, the angel statue has moved and cut off her arm. And it's just standing there, and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit it again. And everybody's like, no.
I didn't say no. I flat out just pointed my rifle at her and said,
Yeah.
You do that again, I'm shooting you.
Yeah, and it's like, in the time it took your heart to beat, your armor was already on the floor. Like, why?
So effectively, the way that we're left with our party right now is we've got Ray's character, who has no armor, no weapon.
Because she threw it, because they were spiders, so she threw it and it disintegrated in their acid. And then we have Punchy Boy.
And a very angry slime.
Yeah, and then him.
We have a slime. I'm a slime creature that wields a giant ass sniper
I
rifle.
feel like Bob from fucking Monsters vs. Aliens.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
No, I swear, I was on my last hair on that one. I was like, I'm about to start party killing. That's what's about to start happening here. It's like, and then we get into this room with skeletons that start attacking us, and everyone decides to move in front of me. I'm like, it's like, I'm gonna shoot. So you either move or I'm shooting through you. One of the two. Like,
It's a good session.
it really made me almost kill both of my teammates. And it's not going to be exactly hard if I want to do so.
Yeah. But...
And then I got myself trapped. Which was, whatever.
But on other notes, Joe, well, I know you did, but did you hear about Halo?
No.
It got delayed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the
Until
new
next year.
So is that the PS5 game delayed too, or?
Well, no.
I mean the Xbox.
No, it's still getting released.
But
Which is interesting, because on Amazon you can buy the Halo. What is it? Halo Infinite? Or no, not
It's
Infinite.
Halo Master Chief Ultimate Collection
you
Edition.
can still buy the.
Well, it's the new Xbox and like the big
With
like
the-
Halo version.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But it's more than $200.
Because it's not coming with the game, or.
No, it's coming with the game. It's the limited edition console with the limited edition controller and the game.
Why?
That's just it. Like, is the Xbox Series X going to be $200? Like, if that's the case,
Yeah, I can wait for Halo.
yeah. And they're gonna.
There's no way though.
If it comes out anywhere between the $200 and $300 range, Sony's not going to have a choice but to
What
put
is
it
it? The
out like
fucking
that.
90s?
I don't know, but yeah, Sony's gonna have to do something because a brand new generation Xbox for $200.
I don't know, man.
Shit, stores will sell out in less than a fucking.
Well, see, I mean, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's gonna be a big thing for sure too. But yeah, that can't be.
It's on Amazon. Is that?
It's like an empty box.
I think.
Just comes with a helmet and the...
It comes with a helmet and a fuck you note.
Yeah,
Good job, smart guy.
because we would sell this for $200. Ah!
Well, I showed them. What was it
Continues
last?
laughing at you.
last
Shows a
night?
Master Chief arm with the finger out at you.
Right, just
I showed them last night that Amazon's selling a build your own house kit
Okay.
Yeah.
on Amazon, yeah. And
How big is that house?
It's like 700 square feet.
that's with the top loft
Yeah.
too. Without the top loft and just the bottom floor plan, it's like 600 square foot. But it comes with a master bedroom, a big ass living room, a decent kitchen, a dining area, plus a big ass front porch. On top of if you put the loft in, like the second room in.
Okay.
And if you do that, then it makes it almost 800 square feet.
Okay. So where's the twist in that?
You gotta find a place to build the damn thing.
Yeah.
Shit, that's plenty.
But the reason why, like I showed John last night, the reason why it's so expensive is because it comes with all the
How much did you
necessities.
say it was?
That's the thing. They're starting it off at 25 grand. But it comes with couches, furniture,
Not like you have
bathroom,
to blow it up.
bathrooms, supplies, kitchen supplies. It comes with everything. And Amazon said it takes 90 days for them to ship like that order to you. But that's because it comes with every fucking thing. And I was like,
You know you're at the house just chilling. Ding dong. Shit. Sweet.
right.
Fucking door handles here. Which one? Master bedroom? Nah, I guess bedroom. But
Right.
still.
Or if you're at home and you're waiting for that house to be delivered, kids, pack your shit. It's time to go.
UPS guy's like, man, this is really coming along.
Right. I remember this from when it was just a box.
but you gotta think, how big are those boxes that
Oh, they probably bring it on a truck.
that the equipment comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time they bring you a piece, the driver's like, "Hey, I gotta see this now. How far are you doing? How you doing?"
Yeah, you've seen those. I think we've talked about this before. Those big ass semis on the freeway with the long, like it's usually like a real thin, like white, like thing.
Yeah.
Like you know what those are, right? What are they?
Real big white thing.
Are
Like
you talking about the wind turbines?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, for some reason, think they're part of a plane, and it's like, why would they? They're
No.
not shipping
Yeah.
planes. Why would that be a part of a plane? Like it's a fucking windmill.
So
Like,
guys, you get to see my awesome, sexy shirt.
There was a video that I showed him. It was the longest truck
And now you get to see the back of it.
in the world, and it was an 18-wheeler. He had 12 other 18-wheelers
what the?
on his truck that he was pulling.
It was attached. He was pulling with a pull chain,
And then he had this big, I don't know what it was. And he couldn't even tell me what it was.
It looked, and this is my honest opinion, it looked like a space shuttle, like a actual tube rocket.
Mhm.
But I don't know why you would need that much stuff to do it, because they have
they
the
would
trailer.
transport that on like a train or
No.
like maybe like a C-130 like kind of.
I don't know.
I also read after, like I showed him, the reason why they had 12 more diesels attached to the one.
Is there pushing?
No, there was just one truck and he was pulling all of it.
That was a hell of a truck too.
And the reason why they had the 12 connected was because of how heavy the big O tube was itself.
Yeah.
The tube itself weighed like, what was it? I think it was 125 tons.
Jesus.
Dude, that was
whatever
like,
it was.
I bet they like for sure that dude got paid hella bucks. Like whoever was the driver of that definitely got paid.
Oh,
But driving like across the country at 25 miles an hour had to have sucked.
I would have just done this.
Well,
Hey Google, watch the road for me.
Well, I think the truck that he was driving, he had like his brother or somebody with him who
They
was
would
also
switch
a
off?
truck. Yeah, who was
Yeah.
also a truck driver. That and the
But I'm saying even the 8 hours that you're allowed to drive or whatever they're allowed to drive just
Yeah.
at that pace. They're
You're
like
only, and you gotta think about that, 8 hours, you're only going 200 miles.
they were like 12 cars around you blocking every lane.
Yeah.
There's every other dude in there like
Or the worst, how much you gotta hate life when you see something uphill.
Alright, we're starting to pass the what now?
Yeah.
We talked about this Guadalupe Pass. Yeah.
But you gotta think like how
Dude,
much.
I-
I'd be more scared about going over a bridge than uphill.
That's true.
Because you gotta think, those bridges.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything bad about going uphill other than it would
It's
suck.
like, yeah, you
Well,
slow down
that
and
and
Yeah.
you gotta
Or
think how
downhill.
much
you
distance
see him
like
ghost riding.
you
Oh, that's going on his feed. You know that.
like you gotta think how much distance he has to get from the start of the hill, from how far back he has to actually start like picking up speed to make it up that hill with all of that weight on the back of his truck.
Look, man. Like that. Like,
Because
alright,
you gotta think
just
how
get out and
much-
push, guys. Come on.
Because
Right.
you gotta think how much
Just
does
stop being lazy.
like how much does a fucking diesel truck itself weigh?
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6 what? Because
Well, I mean, like the 2-ton trucks are.
Well,
what,
no, this
like-
one was the
Well, yeah,
2-ton
but
trucks are like the
I know
350s?
I know the one that my dad had. My dad, my stepmom. I think theirs was 18,000 pounds. With the truck, the sleeper, the trailer, all of that, and that was empty.
Yeah, and see, my theory is the reason, when we saw that video, my theory was, one, it's to counterbalance the weight from whatever they were pulling. But two, if you really think about it, having one lead truck and then all these pull chains attached to other trucks behind it, if you do hit a hill, you can have other drivers in those trucks to
what I was
power
saying,
it
they
up that
push
hill.
you up.
Yeah, because I mean that's a lot of torque.
I only know that because of Ice Road truckers.
Yeah.
Alright, that
Well,
shit was crazy, man. They do some shit on
Yeah.
that.
Well, not only that, you figure if you're going downhill,
Yeah, and
you're
there's
gonna
that
need-
dude in
yeah,
front of
you're
him.
gonna
and
need
same
those
thing,
other
to slow him
brakes.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. Like, all right, we're going downhill, so I'm gonna ram into you, and you're gonna slow us both down, so we both don't die.
My dad has actually done that.
That's nuts, man.
But it was. I think he said that it was in like Oklahoma or something. There's a hill
Was
that goes.
it snowing though and shit?
No.
Because Oklahoma gets pretty bad too.
Yeah, but it's. He said that all veteran truckers know about this hill because they started hitting their brakes like a third of the way down. You started laying on your brakes.
Yeah.
Because the hill goes down and then it curves to the left. And he said that this one guy he was like, oh, I've got this. Until he got about halfway, and he was like, I need help.
Did he bail out?
No, like he was trying to stop it. So my dad ran his up and then slammed on his and then he put the Jake brake on. Yeah. And then there was another guy behind him that pretty much ran under his trailer. And between like him and my dad, like they eventually got him to slow down enough. He said that the guy's brakes caught fire and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Once you apply those brakes, that's pretty much it, right? Because they're not like so much locked in, but like you're burning them off pretty quickly, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, straight down to the metal.
But that's why well now they have other ones, but the Jake brake because it was an engine brake. So like you were braking the tires and you were braking the engine, and slowly like pulling everything back. But
I'd be like praying for one of those parachutes.
Yeah, for real.
But I'm honest, I was a firm believer that's why they had all those trucks attached, was to help it get uphill and to help apply the brakes when going downhill. Because if it's just that truck pulling that much weight and it goes to brake, everything slams into the back of it and just shoots it forward.
How wide were they? Like, because if they had 12 trucks, were they taking up like 3 lanes, 4
no,
lanes?
No, it was.
I'm so they can't be taking up 12 lanes.
It was lead truck, and then 2 and 2, then 2 and 2, and then 2 and 2.
So probably about.
And they were on the sides of it, so probably about 3 lanes.
Imagine the dude planning that trip too, like just to plan that whole fucking trip. That would have been.
Let me see if I can find it.
That's what I said, because I wanted to see if you could see in those other trucks.
Where was it going to? Do you remember?
It was when I was watching the video. He was going. You know, like if you're driving down to San Antonio, like through the desert area between here and as soon as
here and
yeah.
As
here
you go
everywhere around here.
As you go through the checkpoint, that just desert area right there, the 2 lanes on, like how the road's just 2 lanes, that diesel took up both lanes. That's how wide he was.
Oh, yeah. Well, you figure if it's just a normal sized truck and trailer, he would ride right in the middle. And then the other ones would be on, between the rest of the lane and the shoulder.
Man, imagine though that, like, I don't know, something like that to me, like, there's some dude from the insurance company there. There's so many unnecessary people to make sure everything's done legally and correct, and like we're not gonna get sued because actually it fucks up.
Well, and that's why a lot of companies, and you don't see it so much here, but in San Antonio you do. Like, you'll see like 2 S10s like out front, and they'll have the flags and the lights, and it says wide mode, and they'll be like.
Do you want me to put it up to the camera?
Or
you can.
You can do it on that.
I don't know where it's from or anything like that. So.
Can we set up like an email so we can like send you shit like that?
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what that is.
Dude, it looks like a fucking train driving on the damn road.
I've seen ones like that, and like even I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it does look like
fuselage.
fuselage.
What I mean? All of those diesel trucks.
And that's what I wanted to see if you could catch any other drivers in them.
Well, I'm sure there's a driver in them. No, wouldn't they have to?
No, so with something like that, the first one is actually a semi-tow truck. That's what that's what those 2 trucks are.
Oh, that's definitely some kind of fucking. That's good.
That looks like a rocket.
Yeah, it looks like
or a satellite.
I don't know why.
Or like
immediately assumed a Saturn rocket, but
or like some crazy ass kind of turbine or something.
Nah, that's crazy. God damn! Look how many fucking wheels that is.
See, okay, all those are connected. So like these are.
Oh, those dudes are backwards.
Yeah, but those are
those
tow trucks for semis. That's why they're so heavy duty. Those things can pull 10 tons of load.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those things are nuts. Those big ass trucks that like tow-less semis, and they make the semis look small.
Yeah, that's what those are. But the trailers that they were using, like you know how like they had the little compartments on them. Those are for people to drive the trailer because on the trailer all the tires are connected. Like everything hooks up to the trucks. So like whoever's in the lead truck, if they need to hit the brakes, they're hitting brakes on every fucking tire through it. So if those trailers have like 30 tires, all 30 of those have their own brake systems, and all 30 of them get hit at the same time.
There's like fucking what? How many guys do you think did that? Like all right. Check all the tires.
Like my biggest question, like when they did it, was how the fuck did they load it?
Crane.
Oh yeah,
crane.
That's probably just straight off of the boat.
But you gotta think, what crane is gonna be strong enough?
Like all the ones that.
There's quite a few cranes.
Have you ever noticed like all the cranes over here at the train station right here?
Yeah.
Like they just go and those big ass things. Like, I want to assume those things even empty or fucking hella heavy.
Yeah, Vinny said that it's the inner workings for a turbine.
Yeah. Hey, good job, Vinny, and hello, Vinny. Yes.
I would never have known that. It looked like a rocket to me.
Well, it was either that or the bottom pole of the wind turbines, like that they put in the ground.
No, because
I feel like there's a "Your Mama's So Fat" as a stripper joke in there somewhere.
But no, like I could see that being like a turbine for a dam or something.
Yeah.
You know.
That thing is massive.
Yeah. But no, they do have to do a lot of checks for that. The only experience I personally have for that is at one point I did taxes for a trucking company, and I only saw one load like that go out, but we had to prep for it for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Because the trailers, they have to keep going over the trailers because like the first check is all tires and rims. They check all the tires and rims, and then it's the axles, and then it's. I know the most important one was the brake system because all the brakes are chained together. So like if the brakes go out or like if a hose cracks like in the front part of the trailer, well, now all the brakes for the rest of the trailer are shot.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because everything is
That's
chained
like
together.
you have one little leak, it fucks everything up.
It loses pressure for the rest of the system.
This has to be a safer way of doing that.
Not without running like a whole bunch of hoses up, but there's not a connection big enough for that.
That's
Yeah.
And is it like does the NTSB like do stuff like that, or are they just like trains and
The what?
a National Transportation Safety Board?
No.
Like, do they do shit like that?
Oh,
So
yeah.
you have to get them involved, obviously, right?
Yeah, well, because they're the ones that go through with the trucks that say wide load and stuff. They're the ones that plan the routes.
And
They're
I'm
the
sure
ones that
they're
yeah.
not. Well, they don't half-ass their job, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, because with something like that, like they go out of their way to find you a route that involves you not going through any kind of city.
Yeah, logistics on that alone.
Well, I think how boring that drive for that trucker had to have been, because if you like,
bro, I'd be anxious the whole goddamn time.
well, not only that, like you're just driving in fucking desert area.
No, it's actually quite the opposite, because usually whenever somebody drives that, they give them off for like the next 2 to 3 months because of the anxiety levels. Because they have to go through a mental health check before and after it, just because the anxiety levels are so high.
Because I would think like if you take it like to like this is whatever, like if you get bored, like that's dangerous.
Yeah, well that's why most of the time in those, like the one that I was a part of, we had like just in the lead truck there was the main driver and then there were 4 others. And they would all sleep in 2-hour cycles. So it's like somebody would drive for 2 hours, and then somebody would come up because there's basically 2 driver's seats in there, like an airplane, like a cockpit. So it's like somebody would drive, and after the 2-hour mark, somebody else would come and get the other one, and then they would leave. That's why usually if you see them, they will not stop because it's almost impossible to get moving again.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Wow.
Well then.
Yeah.
We keep lagging.
So that's how the juggernaut works.
That's cool. I mean,
Yeah, because even if that thing hits you at like 10 miles an hour, you're fucked.
Oh yeah. But no, I mean, I think I'm good there for the night.
Well,
It's a very short
guys,
episode video.
remember,
I'm
tomorrow,
already halfway through my dark-colored beverage.
tomorrow we are dropping the first episode of Discount D&D. We will be doing a live premiere, so I know I'll be in the chat through the whole thing.
Yep.
What time is this happening?
So we're going to be dropping this tomorrow night around like 5:30 our time. So between like 6 and 6:30, pretty much anywhere else.
You should try to do it early.
Well, I'll be at work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
And that gives everyone a chance to do everything they need to do for the day, and then most people are getting off work that watch us at that time.
Unless we do it around
It's like
7.
everybody's like an hour behind it, or an hour ahead of us. No?
Yeah. So like if it's 6 here, it's 7 there.
Yeah.
A lot of people who watch us,
I
like
think
when
they're
it's
all like an
when
hour.
it's 11:30 our time, it's 12:30 their time.
If you follow us on
I know how time
Facebook,
zones work.
if you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or any of our Twitters,
We're Mountain Time.
we're
We're like the only state, or the only city in Texas that's
Yep.
Mountain
Yeah.
Time.
Yep.
we are Mountain Time. But if you follow us on any of our social media, we'll post 5 minutes before we go live with the episode.
But that's 5 Mountain Time minutes. So
God.
is that not how that works?
No.
Well, no.
I guess I don't know how time zones
Right.
work.
Well, no, because like I'm gonna be hyping this shit up all day long because it's either we do it around like 5:30 to 6, or we wait and we do it like 8 o'clock our time, which is 9 o'clock everybody else's, which is like kids have gone to bed, everybody's eating dinner.
See, I like that one. Because then,
But well, are we gonna? So you're gonna release like the episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be on watching it. at the same
Yeah.
time,
Okay.
or-
So basically the way it works is we'll have the episode playing live, and we'll actually be on.
Can we set up the couch so like the camera's behind us and it just sees the back of our heads while we talk about it, like science? What was it? Science fiction theater?
Yeah. Well, if we did that, like the camera would be in front of us, but it'll be kind of like this. So it's like this will be us, and then everything else is going to be the video playing.
yeah.
And we're just gonna talk while we're.
Yeah.
While it's playing, like
So-
if people ask us questions, what we can
Yeah.
answer and stuff.
Yeah. Like we'll be able to answer in real time and everything. Like
Yeah, and they'll be able to. It's basically like us doing the live stream now. It's just the episode goes live, they get to watch it and interact with us in the chat, and we can also, if we really wanted to, go live and we can put the episode over our live thing, and we can all sit around watching it while
Yeah.
they are. It's not something we have to do for every one of them. I would like to do the live premiere for every single episode because I'll be in the chat every time it goes live.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to watch it every single time it drops. It's an hour and a half, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I've got a TV in there I can put it on. I got a TV my computer over here.
You mostly just need to listen to it. You know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of visual gags we do.
No, but there's some pretty good jokes.
And pretty damn good facial expressions.
Yeah, that's a good word.
like the gnome who knows.
If you know 'em, you know 'em.
Yep. But so what? Like 8.
I say 8 our time. It'll be 8
o'clock?
Mountain Time, 9 Central.
How long is the first episode? Around an hour?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Oh, so that way I can watch it before I go to work.
Yeah. I mean, you can watch it whenever. Like I have.
Well, no, that way we can do the thing.
Well, I can because he's gonna have to go up there and close the
Oh
store.
yeah. Well, it's about an hour and a half with intro and outro.
So probably like
7:30.
an hour
Give or
video.
take, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we'll post on all.
Well, I'm sure we'll get it on.
Every one of us on our social media will post up what time it's going up. Once, like
Yeah.
5 minutes before it goes up, we'll let you know.
So thanks for joining our podcast, discussing what we're going to do on our other podcast.
But
Welcome
guys-
to our business meeting.
Right, yeah. Come on, guys. There are no bad ideas. Spit them out.
Oh, there are bad ideas. Like somebody playing his instrument.
Hey, he won though. Damn it.
And he
Oh,
wanted
spoiler
his
alert.
style.
yeah, it was a real blow up.
It was quite the shocking ending.
Yeah, right. But guys, we
We
love
suck
you.
at puns.
No, y'all say
Yeah,
it,
that
I
we is a
hate it.
strong word.
Yeah. Guys, we love you. Thank you for joining us. Every week, twice a week at that.
For some odd reason.
You know, we love what we do, and you guys joining us just makes it even better for us. But yeah, tomorrow will be the first episode release for Discount D&D. I don't know about that guy, but the rest of us are going to be hyping up pretty big for the
I don't think anybody really follows me.
I don't think anybody follows any of us, honestly.
No, I mean, like, all your people do. They're like,
No, they don't.
they don't follow you on Twitter?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I have no friends. But guys, as always, take care of each other, help each other, love one another, wear your fucking masks.
Yeah.
Be good
you know,
humans.
Like, stuff, I mean, it's been basic, common knowledge basically since you're born, but it's been really shoved in your face for the last few